Tony Hawk! That's right, Tony fucking Hawk. The game everyone hates, or did before Tony Hawk 5 came out, and then erased all memory of this by being so utterly awful. But this was hated before that came out, so let's play this instead. I think this is perfectly fine. People complain that it didn't feel like a Tony Hawk game. And the controls are nowhere near as loose as they are in regular Tony Hawk's games, but I find that to be quite welcoming, actually. It's easy to play. And it also has AIDS-riddled, heroin-addicted James Hetfield. Look at that. By comparison, look at Rob Trujillo, a normal human being, then look at James. James is massive in real life, you fucking idiots. Anyway, let's give it a go. This game's comprised of some classic Tony Hawk levels from Tony Hawk 2, 3, and I believe 1. Well, I can't quite remember. No, 2 and 3. Let's start with the first level, which I think I've already aced. Oh, I haven't actually. Let's just do it anyway. This is great. The console version was poo, because it ran at 30 frames per second at best. This generally runs pretty good, and it's got loads of cheesy classic Tony Hawk's music. It's running particularly appalling at the moment. I wonder why that is. Probably because I'm capturing. Yay! Choppy footage for you guys! Yay! Anything's pissed me off, I tell you. I'm the bomb and about to blow up. There you go. Couple of copyright strikes coming my way. That's the real reason I want to play this game. Alright, if you know what Tony Hawk is, you're just... what's wrong with you? But, you don't need to like skating. I think skating's just awful, and people that do it are just awful. But these games are fucking phenomenal. Because they're nothing like real skating, and that's what makes them good. So basically, it's about getting high score chains for tricks. And you can chain your tricks together. So here's like a... Oopsie, here's a kickflip. You chain that together with another move by doing... a manual, which is down up on the D-pad, and then you just go fucking wild. You're chaining everything, you're grinding, you're going from one trick to another, or in my unskilled case, from one trick to the same trick. But it's fucking cool, and I just fell over. But it's the fundamentals of Tony Hawk's are just so fucking sound, and this is why like skating fucking blew up in the 90s, and these games just fucking went cray. They were coming out on every system. There's like 10 of them. They're crazy successful. And then eventually, like, they did that, you know, classic thing where they didn't really evolve it in any meaningful ways. Like, they tried different stuff, but it was clearly the wrong fucking stuff. Like, trying to turn it into Grand Theft Auto and letting you get off the board. Bad ideas from the start. And, you know, similarly, it hasn't been able to come back. Because when people try and bring it back, they do the same fucking things. They don't try and improve it in the sort of most sensible, meaningful ways. They just... I don't know what they do. That last one was just a fucking joke. This, though, I thought, you know, for a HD sort of version of that classic game, I thought it did a good job. And it was a good sort of nostalgia hit for me, personally, as a Tony Hawk's fan. But whatever. I make the rules. Let's have a look here. Alright, I've no of the scores. Let's see if we get a pro score on this. There's a lot of objectives within the levels as well. It feels weird explaining Tony Hawk's, but I don't know. You never know who watches your videos, do you? So that I just did what is called a wall ride against a what is called a bell, school bell. Basically, got a wall ride. There's objectives like that. Wall ride 5 school bells. All right. So I've done one. You can hear them ringing in the environment, so you just follow them. Yeah. Little headphones in my case. I don't know what you've got. Probably got speakers because you think you're better than me. Yeah, there's also extra shit to collect like cash. It just allows you to buy new tricks and skateboards and blah 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 blah. But you also get rewarded with money for all the objectives. So that's just some extra shit. So I've got the pro score because I'm way cool. That's me grinding another bell. We'll chain that. And we'll do that. Oh. One of the weird things about the Tony Hawk games I found was that as you level up your character, which is a thing, one of the stats is speed, and I never level that up because this game's fast already. And as you can see, like the timing on these things is quite difficult, and it's also a bit janky, so it's not entirely perfect in terms of controls, nor with the old ones. But the faster you go, the more difficult you're going to make that for yourself. So at some point, it's actually better for you to neglect the speed stat. I might be alone on that one, but I've always found that to be the case in these games. I think there's one more bell up here. Let's have a look. Also, it defies gravity. That's the amazing thing. The rules don't matter in Tony Hawk's because they're just so rebellious. Fuck. I think the music at this point, like, I don't know. For me, it's all nostalgia based, right? Like, some of these songs are cool. It's got Rage Against the Machine and shit, but for the most part, I think these are probably awful songs. But they're so embedded in my mind from when I used to play as a kid that I like them just sheerly as a result of familiarity. I should have done a better job here, shouldn't I? But this is like, Tony Hawk's just a great mindless game, just like a Call of Duty, which you just come home, you don't want to think about like, oh, what game should I play? No, just turn on the console, put this fucking thing in, or launch this fucking thing, and kiss goodbye to an hour, and then whatever, go eat dinner. That's how you should live your life, according to me. Look at this. I'm on a fucking roof, man. It's cray-cray. I wish it wasn't running so fucking awful. Yeah, this game performs just fine on PC. Apparently when you run a capture device, it doesn't, but hey. Obviously you guys wouldn't be doing that under normal circumstances, because you're cooler than I. Well, that takes much. There are also special tricks, but I don't know what any of James's are. I don't suppose I can look at it. Yeah, the menu's quite fucking naked and primitive. That's not very good. I mean, there are little problems with this. Like, there's an objectives list that comes up at the beginning of each level, we'll say. And obviously you should just be able to pause it and look at that. But instead you have to retry the run. Like so. Actually, no, I think you've got to fucking end the run to get that up, which is going to tell you what the objectives are that you need to achieve. That's pretty shitty design. And that wasn't in the old Tony Hawk's, I don't think. I think you could just pop them up. But hey, welcome to Robo Modo, whatever they're called. It's weird that you do that. Like, it's... Man... You know, I get really annoyed at people who are just like, developers are lazy! Like, no, these people work 70-hour weeks, they get paid shit, because they're constantly getting fucked out of bonuses, they have no time to spend with their family, they're constantly stressed. Like, they're not lazy. They can't be lazy by definition. But sometimes their management, or maybe the entire team, can be pretty fucking incompetent. And that is something you'll see here. It's something I saw a lot of when I went to university and did a games degree, because like, it's profoundly disturbing how little understanding the average guy, the average gamer, the average apparently potential game developer, it's shocking how little knowledge they have of basic mechanics, basic fundamentals, basic functionality, ideas about UI. Like, you don't even have to necessarily think of these things by yourself. You can iterate from what's come before, and that's not a thing for them. It's fucking bizarre. Because in other facets of like life and in other bits of work, assignments we have to write, you know, extensive bits of literature, whatever the fuck it is, like a report or a survey or a study. They're quite good, they're quite intelligent. But when it comes to the one thing they're supposed to know about, the one thing they're supposed to be passionate about, they haven't got a fucking clue. And I think you see a lot of this in indie development. But it's just bizarre to me. It always has been. I just don't understand it. Can you not create a functional HUD and things like that? It's just... Bearing in mind the amount of time you spend making these games, and the amount of time you're iterating and revising and playing through the same levels. Like, surely testing a game like this, you'd get pissed off not knowing what the objectives are, unless they're embedded in your brain and you've not, you know, you've not had anyone external actually come and test the game. So you haven't really got a feel for what normal people would be looking for under those sort of conditions. Anyway, that's enough of me ranting about students. They're terrible people. Let's see what we can get here. I'm tempted to swap over to Tony Hawk. In fact, I'll tell you what I'll do. Let's go to stats. Yeah, there's also no mapping for like this game works with a controller. You just plug it in and it works. But they didn't bother to do anything on the menus to tell you what the buttons are, which is awesome. So here I can level up this shit. Instead, I'm going to go to the skate shop and buy some tricks. And as you can see, these are all mapped to keys as well. It's very lazy, but it's alright. Right, left, and that should be triangle. I'm probably fucking gonna... Am I gonna forget that? Let's change it to left, right, triangle. Collide. Yeah, again, you might think it'd be better to get the console one. It's not. Please don't. Do yourself a favour. I want another dark slide. Oh, dark slide, another grind. The rally dark slide is a favourite, but I ain't got enough for it. Have I got enough for any grinds? Oh, you fuck monkey. You know what? I changed it again. Down, up, right. In a minute, I will show you the value of these things. For the time being, I'm just going to be terrible and annoy myself and all those watching. Right. I could probably do with getting some stats. These are all somewhat self-explanatory. Rail balance is what you do when you're grinding, so that's your rail balance. The higher it is, the longer you can keep balance for. Not really surprising. These all seem fairly good. I'm not going to bother for the time being. So let's have a go at, I guess the more is the one we're looking at. We could get a 6 score in there. No, let's do them all. I'm not a great Tony Hawk's player. I don't think you need to be to enjoy it. You know, that applies to a lot of games, believe it or not. Like, I fucking stink at Call of Duty, but I love playing it. And I do mean stink. Like, I don't get kill streaks, period. Not even 2 kills, whatever. I don't even know what the minimum one is. That's how poor I am at that game. I don't even know what the minimum for kill streak is. 3? That might be too late. It could be like 5. It could be more than that. Don't know. But to me, like, getting a kill streak is some incredible moment of ecstasy, because it so rarely happens. And yet, you know, for everyone else watching this video, you probably get like 9 kill streaks a match. Or maybe less, because you're so fucking good that... Well, I suppose they stack, don't they? So whatever. The point I'm trying to make is, I'm not very good at games. I don't know why I have to keep telling people this. I feel the need to. It is quite apparent. I guess I'm just a little insecure. Whoa! Oh, tits. So you got to smash through all these fucking things. That's another objective, shall we say. I've nearly got skate, which you always have to collect in every level. So yeah, collecting skate is in every level. The rest of them are generally different. There's always a hidden cassette tape, a videotape, or in these modern ones, or a modern one, a DVD, which in its own right is kind of old-fashioned at this point. There's also sort of secret areas you can access, none of which I know the locations of. Actually, it's not entirely true, but let's have a look. Did I get this one? No, I didn't. Right. Well, let's do a quick Yui here. Here we go. Woo! I do love this music. It's so lame, but it's the right kind of lame for Tony Hawk's. Because skating's lame, let's be honest. If you're a skater, you're a loser. But, like, you know, a cool loser. If that's the thing. Also, I just did this whole course having bought a trick and then didn't use it. So, that was a good illustration, wasn't it? Right, we'll get to it. Hang on. Hang on. There you go. That's the trick I bought. Now, when I do that as part of, I don't know, a combo, I guess that's the correct term, my score will be massively improved. So a good idea is to buy a couple of those and put them all in a combo. They're not particularly hard to nail. They've just got sort of, you know, slightly more complex, if you can call it that, button inputs. So instead of down and triangle to do a specific grind, it might be down, up, or down, left, down, right, etc., etc. Yeah, you can only do it when your special meter's full, which mine is, I believe. So let's... Oh, hello. Shit. Right, let's try it again. So when your meter's full, it's got a sort of time limit before it runs out again. I think you can keep topping it up. Sometimes this game just falls apart. You're not going to restart this run. Yeah, occasionally, I think they put Havoc physics in this, and whoops. Let's see what they were doing there. But that's alright, isn't it? Gamers. Right, we've got to collect 1 of 5 game boxes, because that's what game boxes looked like in 2012, whenever this came out. I keep intending to smash the glass things. I may have already done them all, I can't remember. But I also want to get the pro score, which is 100,000, so... Tits on a cunt. Let's see if we can't do that. Yeah, I'd recommend this game. Like, if you heard bad things about it when it came out, I think people are way over the top about this game. I don't think it's that bad at all. Especially compared to Tony Hawk's 5. This does all the things you'd want a Tony Hawk game to do. And obviously it scratches that nostalgia itch, so... Highly recommended by the good people at Uncle Reno. Okay, 3 of 5. Obviously I haven't done it yet, so... this game, believe it or not, actually not that cheap to buy because it's not on a lot of services to buy. If you like go to like Kinguin or a website like that and try and Google or try and search for a Steam key, I don't think they actually have any. So if you are interested, you're probably going to have to pay the full price, which is about a tenner. And this version actually has the expansion as well, which gives you some Tony Hawk free levels, and also gives you the revert, which I don't actually use, but I might try and show you what that is in a minute. I've been told it is profoundly important in regards to getting high scores, which might explain why I stink. So let's go back here. You know what? This time I'm going to get the pro score and get my shit together. Right, the revert, I believe, is when you're like in the middle of a combo or something, you come down like this, you hit R2, and it goes into a revert, which I think is like a manual. It can chain combos off of a jump, I guess. Well, not a jump, but a lip, whatever the fuck they call it, in skateboarding world. I've never really got how to use it. But, you know, that's me, isn't it? All over. So what I'm trying to do is... Oh! Right, here we go. Oh, no, 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 no! Yep, good. We got the secret DVD. Boy, did that thing look like shit. It's like the worst... barely circle with a rotten texture on it. I really do like. I actually want to play Tony Hawk 5. I know it's an atrocity, but it's still a Tony Hawk game. I just want to see. I want to experience it for myself. Is what I'm trying to say. I know it's fucked. I need to get that. Ah! Yeah, we got the pro score. That's good. But yeah, if anyone out there would like to buy me Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5 for the PlayStation 4, then oh boy would I love you. It might have came out on the Xbox One as well, which I also have. Charity accepted and advised. So yeah, do your boy a solid. How about that? That's right, this video's turned into flat out begging. How low can you go? I don't know. Very. Whatever, man. I see people with that Patreon shit. You're all fucking dirty beggars, whether you want to admit it or not. No, people just don't understand the effort it takes to shut your mouth. Shut your fucking pervert whore mouth. The effort. Jesus Christ. You just don't understand how difficult it is to continually have sex with multiple beautiful women. You just don't get it. It's real rough. See, if I hadn't gone on one of my mental rants, I could have got that fucking 6 score. Oh well. Maybe I've unlocked a level. Let's have a look. I have. Right, let's go level select. Venice Beach. This isn't the level I think it is it? No, it's Marseille. This level actually I find quite challenging, but again, why it's so good. Woo! Oh. Surprised that Tony Hawk 5 never came out on PC. I mean, obviously it's total shit, but helps them squeeze another couple of pennies out of it, doesn't it? Although Activision did kind of shit that thing out the door. Just say, get rid of it! Get away from me! And I think Tony Hawk had no idea how bad that game was going to be either, because you see the stuff where he promotes it. He's just so excited. God bless him. He's my favourite 70-year-old guy, you know. I like a lot of 70-year-olds, but he's the one for me. Good old Tony. He always looked like a fucking a lot of these skateboarder guys, right? They're arseholes. They're like I like James Hetfield, but they kind of like James Hetfield, just tattooed to fuck. They think they're cooler than shit, you know what I mean? They dress in these ridiculous clothes. And when you see Tony Hawk, he was basically like fucking Bill Gates or Stephen Hawking on a skateboard. That was the kind of the magical contrast of Tony Hawk. There's nothing fucking cool or intended to be cool about him. He was just really good at skating. But he had no edge, he had no fucking character. It was just amazing. Even like when you look at him now, he just looks sad and pathetic. I would say he's like Owen Wilson, but Owen Wilson is actually far cooler. And he tried to take his own life, so, you know. Unless you think that is cool, in which case you probably think Owen Wilson's cool anyway. But nonetheless, it's not about Owen Wilson trying to take his own life. It's about Tony Hawk's Pro Skater HD for PC and Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. Which you should apparently buy, under my advisement. And maybe check out some Owen Wilson films. The man wanted to die, you know. Send him a couple of bucks. Of course, his kind, you know, his wanting to die is a lot different from the everyday man on the street wanting to die. Because he's probably like worth absolutely millions, banging supermodels left, right and centre, kind of want to die. Must be hard, Mr. Wilson. Must be hard. Right, try and at least get the 6th score here. I'm bomb and about to blow up. Everybody now! Do you have a favourite celebrity who's attempted suicide? Perhaps leave a comment down below. We'll discuss it. Phil Anselmo of Pantera fame. He didn't really try and commit suicide. He accidentally overdosed on heroin and did die. But then undied because of the magic of hospitals. Wrote a good song about it though. Suicide Note part... Well, I say part 1. But if you're a real metalhead, you probably prefer part 2. It's just mental. But yeah, he didn't try and kill himself. Robin Williams, although he succeeded at killing himself. You know, give the man credit. Successful at everything he ever put his hand to. Including the noose he tied around his neck. Quite unfortunate and dark, but a fact nonetheless. He was great, wasn't he? What an incredible man. What an incredible man. Kill them all. It always upsets me when like talented people kill themselves and then people like Russell Brand continue not to have done so. Oh, wouldn't it be brilliant if he killed himself? Wouldn't that be amazing? No, actually it wouldn't, would it? Be all over the papers. Oh, Russell Brand, the brilliance, the genius, the tragedy. It's like, no, God, now we're going to glorify this fucking armpit hair. Filthy cunt. That's right, armpit. He's not even an arsehole hair. Dirty piece of shit.